recording. Close this thing. Now, yesterday we learned about Seaborn, or what all Seaborn is, what all is there in Seaborn. So we learned about different plots. So the first thing we learned about was the heat map and how they show the correlation between variables and how to show them, like how to represent a correlation using a heat map. Then we went to joint plot. So joint plot was just a combination of different charts which is there in Matplotlib, which is scatter plot, uh, distribution plot, and so on. So as you can see, it's a scatter plot also. There's a histogram also. Then we came across pair plot. Pair plot gives you the just a kind of a correlation, but instead of giving a number, it shows you the relation in the form of a graph. Then we have distribution plot, which gives you the class distribution of any of the continuous variable that you're passing. Now we'll come to categorical plots. Yesterday, all the graph that we studied about was about continuous graphs, or the number that you're providing, or the column that you're providing is of continuous numbers. Now we'll go for the categorical ones. So the first one is a count plot. Simple as the name suggests, count plots takes the count of how much of what is the frequency of a particular element of a class is present in the whole column. It means you can just imagine the data set is total bell tip size X. So we'll take the column X. So it has male and female. So if you want to know how many male and how many female are there in that whole data set, so we'll use the function count plot. So how do we exactly use count plot? We just have to provide which exact column you want to show, which exact column you want to show, and then what is the data set. Just remember one thing: in most of the graph, you specify the x-axis and the y-axis. But in count plot, you do not give the y-axis. You do not provide the second axis. You can provide the y-axis, but you cannot provide the second axis. It's only gonna be one because automatically, because it's a count plot, so automatically the second plot will be the count of that first plot. So the count of the first axis. So you can see I provided sex and the data is df. So the number of male and the number of female count is present in the graph. If I'll use, but what if you want, I want to like reverse it, not even reverse, like tilt it to vertical size. So instead of giving sex as it is, we can just provide y is equal to sex. It means y axis should be sex. As default, the column that you're providing or the axis that you're providing is for x-axis. As you can see, come here, press shift tab. So the first axis is automatically taken by x. So if you want to give it to y, you have to provide y is equal to 6, data df. So the same graph comes, but this time it's vertical. X is in the vertical column or the y column. Now this is a count plot. Remember, don't ever try to give both of the axes. If you try to give both of the axes, you can just, let's try giving the both of the axes. One can be, what can you provide? Day. If there's something named as day here. Y. Let's see if there is something named as days or day. So day is there. So we are providing two axes. So cannot pass the values for both x and y. It means you can only provide either x or either y. Second is gonna be always a count. So remove one. Y sec. If you want to see something else, you can go for day in the one axis. So you can see Thursday, Friday this many people came, Saturday this many people came, Saturday this many people came. So the graph is depicting that most of the people came during the weekends, which is kind of obvious. Now, this is the count plot. Now comes a bar plot. Bar plots is kind of a count plot, but instead of giving you the count, it gives you the occurrences of one feature which is present in the other feature. Just like you have the count plot, but you can also don't tell me I am not audible now again. Come on, come on, get the chat box in front of me. There's a lot of buzz. Uh, Hold on. Now is it fine? Cool. So let's come back. So a bar plot is just a count plot, but it can give you can give both of the axes. So what exactly you can give in bar plot? So just imagine we're given x as step and y as x, and the same data is equal to df. Now what it will take? It will take the x-axis as male and female, the y-axis as sorry, y-axis as sex, and the x-axis as step. Now what it will take? Now one has to be a categorical value and one has to be a continuous value. So y is a categorical value. So male and female. Now how many male and how many female give how much amount of tip? The total amount of tip. That's what this particular bar plot will show. So you can see male has given more tip as compared to female. The choice. So instead of tip, we can just make total bill. So what is total bill? What is total bill? Let's find a total. Total underscore bill. Total underscore bill. The total amount of bill that male paid is this much. The total amount of bill that female paid is this much. If you want to distribute between the total bill and the days, just give day. So the total bill was more on Sunday. The total bill was a bit less on Saturday. The total bill was a bit less on Friday. Thursdays compared to Friday, Thursdays a bit more. Now the same thing. If you don't want the categorical value to be on the vertical side, you can give the categorical value on the x-axis. So the same thing will have the same thing will be there, but instead of that, you'll have uh, the categorical value will be on the horizontal side, and the histograms or the bars will be vertical. Now you can see one thing on in Seaborn graphs or on the bar plot. You can see this small line here. You can see small lines here in all the bar plots. You can remove it if you want. If you do it, it's defaultly it's on. These are known as uh, error bars. Now I have a task for you. Go and find out what exactly this error bar does or what exactly this error bar tells you. And the reason I'm telling you to find out this because even I don't know, and I've tried so many times to exactly find out how exactly this error bar comes in this Seaborn graph. I never understood what exactly is written in different articles. First of all, you'll find like it will be really hard for you to find only is there any article or not because this error bar it's not even mentioned in the main documentation of Seaborn. I don't know why. There are some people who gave their own perception about how error bars came, but I never understood what exactly is going on. So if anyone finds out what exactly is error bars, how exactly you get it, like what exactly they resemble, please let me know. And the one who will let me know will get some kind of gift. I don't know what, but I'll gift something. It's gonna be useless on me, but fine. So this is a bar plot. Now we'll come for box plot. Box plot is exactly what the box plot we saw in Matplotlib. Nothing is different here. They resemble the same thing, which is you provided the data and you provide Now, there's only one thing that you can change in boxplot compared to matplotlib and here, that in matplotlib you don't control the access of the data, but here you can provide the access. Now there you'll just give like, okay, the total bill boxplot is there, so it'll give you the total bills 25th percentile, minimum point 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and so on, not so on, like the max. That's it. But here you can exactly specify what is the exact thing that you want, what is the exact feature for which you want the box plot, and what exact information of that particular feature you want, like the 25th percentile of what exactly you want. You want that dip, you want the total bill, you want the number of size or whatever, you can control it here. So that's what I told you. Matplotlib is like Seaborn is gives you the exact same options of Matplotlib, but with more advantages or more functionalities. This functionality is not present in Matplotlib, that you can specify which exact column you want to see or which exact like what the categorical value respected to which you want to see the features information, which is the 25th percentile and all. But in box plot of Seaborn, you can see. So what I provided, we have provided dip, which is the x-axis, and we provide the smoker, which will be the y-axis, and we provide the data set. And how to execute it? SNS.boxplot. So we get the two box plot for smoker. One is yes and one is no. So now you can see for yes, the lowest, the minimum is somewhere in what 0.5 or something. 25th percentile is 2. 50th percentile is 2.5, I guess. Then 2.75 is 75th percentile. Highest is 5 point something. And these small dots are called the outliers. Now this is a box plot. Now this one option that I have explained. If you don't want your box plot to look so dull, so there is an option called palette. Palette just gives you some different color combinations. That okay, palette of asset. So you have this color combination available for box plot. If you want to know what all things are present, you can just go there. Let me find palette, and I'll not get it. Focus here. Palette. So it gives the color for different levels of the hue. Now, if you want to know exactly what all things they can provide, if you just write any random thing, it will give you an error and it will give you the whole color map of which all things are available. So if you forgot which exact thing you want, or if you want to try on many stuff, you can see, you can just write any random stuff inside palette and it will give you all the things which are available. So you can see they are like Ascent, R, Blue, something, something. They are really random names. So if I'll find something else, like let's try Dark 2. So I'll come back and give palette is Dark 2. Execute it. So you have some different kind of color combinations here. So this is what you can do for palette. It's not gonna do anything to the information gain or something. Just gonna make the graph look better. Compare like what you want to do. Now you want to change the orientation. If you want the horizontal orientation, if you don't want the horizontal orientation, remove the horizontal orientation. There'll be no vertical orientation. As simple. Now this time you can see we haven't specified the horizontal orientation here, but still it's horizontal because it's exactly specified the value of x and y where exactly you want it to be. If I just reverse the axis, let x be the day and y be the total bill, it will change the orientation. So changing orientation can be, you can do changing orientation in so many ways. Exactly specify the value of like, exactly specify which axis you want, or just go the orient H or orient V. Now this is the box plot. Now one option which I have explained to you previously also, hue. Hue just distribute that particular object in the features which is present in the hue. So the same thing that I have provided, total bill versus smoker. We have made total bill. Okay, You can see the box plot of total bill versus smoker. Okay, so smoker is yes, the box plot is given. If smoker is no, box plot is given. Now, if you want to distribute it further in male and female, like for smokers, yes, what is the box plot for male and what is the box plot for female? If the smoker is no, and for that also, what is the box plot for male and what is the box plot of female? So we provide hue as X. So you can see the smoker is yes, you have two box plot, one for male and one for female. For smoker of no, you'll have two box plots, one for male and one for female. You'll get your legend here. Again, remember, do not provide any continuous value inside a hue column. Otherwise, what you'll get? Let's show you what you'll get. Let's make it as a tip. The exact name, it's tip only. I guess it is. Now let's execute this file. Let it execute. It's gonna take a whole lot of time to execute only. That okay. I have a fast computer, I guess. So now you can see there are box plot for different values of tip which is present in the graph. And you know tip is a continuous value, so you'll have all the different box plots for tip of 0 0.1, 1.01, 1.1 and everything which is present. So never give a continuous value in you. Keep it always a categorical value. Now volume plot. Volume plot is exactly a box plot but with a different shape. And the only one thing that volume plot tells you which is extra in compared to box plot is the distribution, or again it's just a volume plot is just a combination of a box plot plus a histogram. So how exactly it is a combination of box plot? So you'll find what the, now you know what exactly a box plot tells you: the minimum, 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, maximum, and the what's this called, outliers. So you can find the same thing. The starting of the line is the minimum. Starting of this dark line is 25th percentile. This uh, white dot is the 50th percentile. The end of the dark line will be the 75th percentile, and the end of the thin line will be a max value. And all the points which are there, like all the outliers, will be somewhere here. Now the same thing for this also. Now, what exactly is a histogram? Histogram gives you the distribution of the functions, like class distribution. How much of data is between, how much data is present between that. If you just go and see what is this distribution plot, so you can see between 2 to 4 you have a high graph, it means more number is present between 2 to 4. Now the same thing is given by volume plot. So if you're providing smoker versus total bill, so it's telling, you can see the small the curve in 10 to 20, it means it's telling that most of the people have given the date, have the total bill between 10 to 20. That's even distributed into smokers. So you can see for smoker as yes, it means if they are smokers, most of the people are in between, you can find it to be in 11 or 12 to 25 or something like that. So if the people are not smokers, there are a high population which is in 10 to 20, and after that the volume plot mode becomes a bit thin. It means not many people went to 30 for a total bill of $30 or $40. But for smokers, there is a better distribution of people who are in 30% or 40% or something. So this is a volume plot. And okay, this is the same example. If you'll provide two columns for a count plot, it's not gonna work. So I guess you understood all the things about count plot now. All the things about a categorical plot. We learn about box plot, volume plot, count plot, and bar plot. If you have any doubt, you can just write in the chat box. Let me just bring the chat box first. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. If you want me to explain anything again. I'll be really happy if you'll text something. Oh, nice. determine the orientation. You don't have to determine the orientation. It's completely depending upon you. If you want your numbers to be in x-axis and the columns to be in y-axis, it's your choice. If you don't want, if you want it reverse, you can do it. There is no thing that you have to. Someone will tell you to do it. It just. Where's my chart? Cut out. This one. So it's completely depend upon you that you want success to be in this axis and count in this axis. You want to change, you can change. Because it's a data visualization libraries. So the only thing is it's completely depending upon you how you want to show your data. If you really want to show your data in a really better, like better graphical user than this, you can go for a data visualization softwares like Tableau and Power BI. But as a data scientist or as an ML engineer, you stick to Seaborn only. And there are more data visualization libraries like Bokeh, Plotly, Bokeh and Plotly. So there are more, but these are the basic ones which you should know. Anything else? So if no one has any doubt, then just give me a thumbs up or something so that I'll give you your assignment. Okay, I'm not receiving any messages. Okay, now I'm receiving messages. So Sajal has no problem. Ritika has no problem. Okay, looks like people are fine now. Okay, no doubts. No problem. So there are chances that when you will go and execute the files, maybe that time you'll have some doubts. So for that, you can just directly text me on the group. Now, we'll come to your project. So let me find it first. So this is the project. Let it open, please. Now, close it. Now you can see there is a time series for the COVID-19 dataset. What exactly it's telling? It's telling you the province, countries, the latitude and the longitude of the countries, and it starts from 21st of January 2020 and it ends on 22nd of March of 2020, and it's a time series data. It means it's not like on 22nd of January you have two cases and 23rd of January you have three separate cases. They're adding. So on 22nd and 22nd you have two, total 23rd you have three, total 24 you have five. It means more are if more are coming, they are getting added. They are not separate. So do not start adding all the columns to find the total amount. Just the suggestions. Now, what exactly you have to do? The first thing that you have to do is so the first thing that you have to do is you have to do some data analysis. And now what I want you to do is go check this whole data set and then try to find out for what all days more than 70% of the countries are virus free. It means you can see for this particular day, Thailand has two cases, Japan has two cases, Singapore has two cases, Nepal has zero. So you can see all the countries which have zero cases. Now I want you to find out for which all days, like for 22nd, 23rd, which all days more than 70% of the country, like they are like total, how many countries are there? I don't know. Now, one more thing that you should check on. you can see US so many times because the countries has so many provinces. So for different provinces you have different numbers. So you have to find out if for a particular day more than 70% of the countries are uh, virus free or corona free. You just have to drop the column, the whole column. The whole day should be vanished from the data set. You have to do this for all the days. So today on now I'll tell you, you'll lose all the June columns. Sorry, you lose all the January columns. You will lose, I guess, all the February columns also, and one or two of March. Okay, so that's what you have to find out. Just do not go and just start deleting it. Go write a proper code of how to find out how many like what is the percentage of countries which are affected by corona, and if it's less than 70, less than 30, because if more than 70% countries are free of corona, then drop the day. Now when the thing is done, you just have to give me two graphs. The two graphs tells you the country-wise population, countries-wise affected graph, like how many countries have how many cases, like which all countries has which cases, and one is the time based, like date based, like on what date how many cases are there. So if I'll just show you the graph, like how it exactly it looks. 2 minutes. Okay, so you can see there's a country-wise chart that, okay, the country-wise chart looks big because they have so many countries. There are a lot of countries you have. So you have to show a graph which shows which country is affected how much. So currently I've used a pie chart. You can use a bar chart. You can use a count plot. It's completely upon you which exact chart you want to show. Most of the time people go for bar chart and pie chart only, but it's completely depending upon you. So this is the country wise. Now the second will be date wise. Date wise, I want at what date how many percentage of like how many people are affected. You can show it into a pie chart again or a bar chart or any graph you want. So these are the two things that I want you to do. Is there any doubt in this project that you didn't understand? If you don't understand, I'll tell you. And if you have no doubt in this project, then just give a thumbs up again. Okay. And Sudhanshu Singh said that my voice is not audible. So till where you heard, I'll repeat it again. Till like from where you want me to repeat it. Yeah, till there only I said. After that, I was completely quiet. Okay. So I guess everyone is clear for now. So I'll send you, in the group, I'll send you the data set. And yesterday only I gave you the Seaborn. So yesterday only I've given you the Seaborn notebook. Go try try running the whole notebook. Try changing the stuff by yourself. If you found any error which you cannot figure out, then ping me on the group. I'll ready to help. And one task that I've given you, find what is that error point, what is that error bars. Just remind you where they are. Where are they? This bars, the small bars. I have no idea what they are, how they're even formed, why some are longer, some are shorter. So find out, and if anyone really did find out like, how exactly it's been formed, what is the mathematics behind it, I'll give something. Okay, cool. So this concludes today's class. I'll update the recording of this class at night when I'll get my data back. Till then, bye bye. Let me stop the sharing. Let me